Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Patrick Cummings from Sports Freaks Podcast. As you White Sox fans may know, Pedro Grifol, who was the White Sox head coach, was fired today. In this video, we do talk about the Cubs and White Sox moves they made at the trade deadline. Me and Marcos did talk about a little bit of if Pedro would get fired. As I'm making this short, Pedro was fired. The White Sox did get a new, it was an interim coach. I'm making this video to tell you guys, we're once again sorry for the delay of videos, recording them in just kind of goofy times, and we're going to do better and better and better. But now on with the video. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Sports Freaks Podcast. I'm your host, Patrick Cummings, and as always, with me today is
Marcos Martinez.
dancing on the podcast. That can't be a thing. He's fired.
Can't boogie down? No?
I'm gonna get hair all across the world. So, and Marcos keeps on dancing. We're here today, and obviously, the White Sox and Cubs made some moves at the trade deadline, and obviously, the White Sox kind of just blew up the entire team.
Yeah.
Getting rid of Eloy Jimenez, Tanner Banks,
Paul
DeYoung. They also gave away Michael Kopech.
Yeah.
Tommy Pham, and who else was it? Eric Freddy.
Pretty much everyone who had some sort of impact. Except Eloy, because he was injured.
Yeah, Eloy's injured. But I first want to start off with the Chicago Cubs. Since they traded away Christopher Morel, who was a big home run hitter. However, his batting average is 200. So, but yes, Marcos, since you're the Cubs fan here, we'll start with you. Chicago Cubs will receive All-Star Isaac Perez, third baseman.
Yeah,
third baseman. He's heading to the Cubs, and the Rays will receive Christopher Morel and 2 prospects. And we'll talk about Isaac Perez. Perez. This year he's batting 243, 16 home runs, 55 RBIs. Those are pretty good numbers to me. What do you think, Marcos?
I like the trade. I'm just a little sad that I have to see Christopher Morel go. He was my favorite player on this Cubs roster.
He did bring energy.
Yeah,
I feel like he
was very fun to watch. But he did lack, I guess, consistency with the bat. Because his batting average was like either like 200-ish.
It is 200. I have the stats right here.
Oh, okay. Was it?
This year he has.
Okay.
Look at this: 20 home runs, 53 RBIs, with a batting average of 200.
Yeah. So
he's a home run hitter.
Yeah, he is a home run hitter, and he was fun to watch. He brought energy.
It's like Kyle Schwarber a little bit.
Yeah, I guess it's gonna be sad to see him play for another team, but. He'll always be a Chicago Cub. Christopher Morel, gracias por todo. Thank you for everything. And welcome Isaac Paredes. So I'm very
all-star third baseman.
Yeah, he was an all-star third baseman. And I guess the 2 prospects would be like, so we basically just traded third baseman for third baseman, but since Isaac Paredes was,
I also heard there are 2 relievers.
Yeah, 2 relievers.
Two prospects that are relievers.
I kind of wish we kept at least one of those guys for reliever reasons, pitcher reasons, because we know.
I mean, Isaac Perez, he's been an impact on the Rays.
Yeah, but I'm talking about for like relievers wise. Like we know, Cubs fans, we know our bullpen sucks and it's atrocious. So
I wish think it's been like kind of your main. I know the bats have been consistent, and I gotta tell you right now, Cubs fans, I'm saying this as a White Sox fan. I don't want to say it, but this has been an absolute failure of a season. Like you spent all that money on Dansby Swanson.
Yeah.
You spent all that money on Bellinger. You're supposed to make the playoffs, and you don't.
And it's all because of bullpen. Like really.
Well, the bats have also been very inconsistent as well.
Bats too, but like a lot of times we would build a lead. We'd have a comfortable lead.
And like you said, in June.
Bullpen, yeah, in June. It was mainly June. It's always June. I don't know why. It's always June, but we would build up a lead. A reliever would come in. The lead would be gone in an instant.
Yeah. I can't even say anything better. The White Sox have blown like 26-7 blown saves.
But it's like, unlike you guys, it's like when you have playoff expectations, you kind of wish that wouldn't happen. Because we need more wins to rack up for this playoff race. But I don't think playoffs might.
I don't think they're last in their division.
Yeah, we're last in the division. I don't think playoffs are going to happen, but we're getting more pieces. Obviously, Isaac Perez too. So, if we could just focus more on bullpen, I think we'll be okay. Other than that, I think it was a good trade.
All right. So the second trade that the Chicago Cubs made, and that was this is their final trade. Cubs will receive prospects from the New York Yankees and Jack Neely and Ben Cowles, as the Yankees will receive Cubs pitcher Mark Letier. Mark Letier this year, his pitching is a ERA to 4.23, so he's kind of middle of the pack. So he's not going to have. I don't think he'll have much of an impact on the Yankees, as I believe. I know they traded for Chad Chisholm Jr. and that he's playing great right now. By all I mean, he's a very, very clutch player. But we'll talk about the Cubs. Here's Jack Neely. First of all, we're just gonna read off stats here. This year he has an ERA of 2.81. This is the minor league stats. And his career stats in the minors are 275, so those are pretty good numbers.
Yeah. So he is a pitcher.
Yeah, he's pitching.
Yeah, he's pitching.
24 years old too.
Okay, young pitcher. Is he reliever? Or is he a starter?
That for the first time I did not know.
Well,
he's hitting. He has a 281 ERA.
Okay, so even then, we have a pitching prospect that we need. We need.
I think he is a starter.
If he is a starter, fine. That's fine. But more pitching the better. Because honestly, a lot of our games were solely based on how well our pitching was. So, like, even if we can't get like our bats going, if we could just like have good pitching and good defensive outings, we'll be
you're a playoff team.
Yeah,
and your division isn't necessarily all that strong. I mean, it's getting stronger.
Yeah,
I mean, like the Brewers, and you look at the Pirates are doing. You know, obviously you see Elly De La Cruz, one of my favorite players in the league. He's doing damage, but both those teams are still under 500, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they're around that 500 area. So. Yeah, it was a very. It could have. Yeah, it's just disappointing because we could have had that playoff run.
Yeah,
not necessarily a playoff run, but like definitely a playoff appearance. But yeah, I mean, there's not much you can do now. We just have to move forward now.
Yeah.
In my opinion, so. Yeah.
And then the second prospect in that trade with Mark Letter, the Cubs receive Benjamin Cowles, who's a third baseman batting this year batting 294, career wise in the minors batting 270. Another strong at bat for the Cubs.
That's not bad at all. Yeah,
that's actually really, really good. So I like what the Cubs have gotten here. A nice pitcher, possibly a reliever. We did not know that. I mean, I bet he probably is a reliever. But and then again, you got a bat in Benjamin Cowles, third baseman. I mean, it is a little bit pointless. I mean, it's not pointless. He's 24 years old still. But you got Isaac Paredes. He's a third baseman. He's an all-star third baseman. So, I mean, it is nice that the Cubs are stacking up their farm system.
Yeah.
All right, now we're going to move up to the Chicago White Sox, who made loads of trades this season. And we're first going to start off with the three-way trade with the White Sox. Where they made deals with the Dodgers and the Cardinals. So the Cardinals will receive Tommy Pham and Eric Fedde from the White Sox. Dodgers received Michael Kopech, who is from the White Sox, and Tommy Edman, who is from the Cardinals. The White Sox themselves will receive three infielders in Miguel Vargas, Alexander Albertus, and Jarrell Perez. So all three of those are infielders, and I just want to check the stats here. Miguel Vargas is in the league. He's batting 215 with 3 home runs and 9 RBIs. I know you're looking at his stats, and those are pretty bad. However, though, I do see that he is getting better year by year because let's see if I can find it. Average, where's his average? But can't find it. But average, his first year was 175. Second year was 190. This year it's 215.
Yeah, 215.
So you do see still a young guy, 24 years old. I mean, he's not crazy young as the two other prospects that the White Sox got in this trade. But again, another piece of the puzzle for the White Sox. Actually plays left field. But yeah, I do agree with this trade. You see, I see a guy that's getting better and better and better. As we move on to Alexander Albertos. This is what, like 19 years old, batting average at 298, career batting average in the minors once again 303. Another strong at bat for the White Sox. And then we go over to our last player in this for the White Sox in this trade is Joel Perez. Perez, another 19-year-old hitter, batting 264 this season in the minors. Career-wise in the minors, batting 265. So two 19-year-olds and a 24-year-old. Those are good trades you want to see from the Chicago White Sox.
Yeah, especially with guys who are guys who are older. And we're bringing up some young guys who are looking for that opportunity. They have really good batting stats in the minors. Hopefully that can translate into the big leagues, of course. But third baseman, shortstop, and left fielder. I think those are the positions we needed. So overall, I like that trade for the White Sox. I believe the White Sox got better in terms of for the future. Because I'm not saying they're better now, because that's kind of
for the future.
Yeah, for the future. Because better right now, that's kind of in the toilet. But so. Yeah, I think they're preparing for the future. So yeah.
Here's honestly a question for White Sox fans. I've asked this a couple times before we get into the second trade with the Orioles. Do you think the White Sox will be worse next year?
It can't get this. It can't get worse than this. There's no way. There's realistically no way.
Okay,
it can get worse than this.
You know, Ryan, if you guys remember him on the first podcast, it does get to a point where it gets so hard to lose. Yeah. Like you lose every day, and it's like you get tired of it.
Didn't they go like twice in the same month, 14-game losing streaks?
No, well, right now they're on a 16-game losing or a 17-game losing streak. That's the longest in franchise history.
Yeah.
You know what? Like, I don't want to I lose my cool here, man. But like, you know, I just don't think they care. I don't think the White Sox are just they're a careless organization. I feel like
they're the worst ran organization in baseball, in my opinion.
Not Oakland. Well,
no,
honestly,
Oakland's actually been playing decent.
Miami.
The funny thing is, Oakland's been playing well.
Miami, okay, they've been playing decent, but no, Miami's actually
better than the Sox.
I mean, organization-wise, no,
yeah.
Miami. They've given up so many stars. They gave up Giancarlo Stanton since 27. I saw a list after they traded Chaston Jr. They've given up so many like superstars in the league.
Yeah, they given up a lot.
Christian Yelich, Giancarlo Stanton, excuse me. But like, I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. Yes, maybe right now the White Sox are the worst organization in baseball. But the Marlins have also been a very terrible organization as well.
Yeah, that's just bad trades. But I'm talking about like in terms of playing what they're putting out on the field.
Yeah,
how they're being managed, how ownership is.
Coaching. I think a lot of this is coaching. I don't think Grifol is. I think Grifol is going by the.
But there was moments where like it's like, yo, come on. I could have made that catch or something like that. You know, there's like those.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
like Martin Maldonado batting one.
Well, they got rid of him. I don't know if we saw that.
I did not see that.
Yeah, they got rid of Maldonado. Like he's I don't know where he's at right now, but he's probably gonna retire. But as we move on now to the second trade. Well. To the second trade that the White Sox made here is with the Baltimore Orioles, which the Orioles will receive Eloy Jimenez. On top of that, the Orioles are going to pay off the rest of Jimenez's contract. So that's really good for the White Sox. So they're hopefully going to go down in payroll. So they're going to go to that lower level or save some cap space.
Yeah.
The White Sox, in return, they receive pitcher Trey McGaw. As we take a look at his stats, 26-year-old Trey McGaw. In the minors so far this year, he has an ERA of 1.99. That's really good. Career-wise, in the minors, he has 2.98. Another strong pitcher for the Chicago White Sox, and you never know where he can fit in. I like this move. I mean, obviously, as White Sox fans, we know that Eloy Jimenez has been a injury problem for
Yeah,
forever. And it just frustrates me. I gotta tell you this, and I think Sox fans will agree with me. He's by far one of the biggest disappointments in history.
Yeah.
For White Sox history.
Yeah, for sure. Because I can't. I don't think I can find Eloy Jimenez highlight tape that's like longer than 5 minutes or something. Because it's like
He's always injured.
he's always injured. It feels like he's always injured, but like there were moments where it's like where if you watch him play, he can play well.
Yeah.
But it's like
At least he couldn't get his bat.
He really couldn't catch a break when it came to injuries. I know injuries is hard to like control. I guess he's just like bad luck, but it's like dang,
Still.
like we need you out there. Like so
Yeah, we
it's kind of like
we need you to play baseball, man. Yeah, but that's the second trade. Now this is the third trade where the White Sox traded away Paul DeYoung to the Kansas City Royals. In return, the White Sox receive Gerald Rosaldo, another pitcher for the White Sox, and another strong pitcher, 180 this year in the minors. He's pitching of an ERA of 185. However, his career in the minors has been a 492. So obviously you see he's having a pretty decent year, and but in the career wise he's having a 492.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fairly. He's fairly decent. I mean, he's only 22. So I feel
still young guy.
There's room to improve. Yeah, like what the Sox are doing is like they're planting the seeds for the future.
Yeah,
Is what it looks like. How are they going to manage it is the question. So as far as I can see, they're planting the seeds for the future. I think these are good pieces for the future. It just depends on how the management is going to happen and how the management is going to work and how coaching is going to affect them. So until then, I think this could turn out good for them. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, the White Sox are really planting these seeds for the future. Obviously, they have the number one prospect in Colson Montgomery. But as we move on to the fourth and final trade for the Chicago White Sox, that is where they traded away to the Phillies Tanner Banks, a reliever. In return, they get William Bergoglio from the Phillies, and William Bergoglio this year, another young guy, 19 years old, and another strong at bat, 295 this year in the minors and 292 life-wise.
Yeah, another solid.
These are solid prospects.
These are good prospects. I'm just worried about how they're going to manage them. I'm just really worried.
That's like one thing the White Sox have done. So they've been able to get the talent. It's just developing it in the problem.
Yeah.
And turning it into a MVP level star. I mean, that's hard to do.
Yeah, but it's like, yeah, I'm just worried about how they're going to manage it.
Yeah.
Because like I said, they're planting the seeds for the future. The future does look good based on what on paper how they look. Because I like how they look. I really think this could be a really good team, but I don't know. Just if they can improve coaching wise and management wise, I think they could do something with these guys, and probably the future does look a little brighter. But as of right now, the only thing that's really like blocking me from like seeing if this is the right future for them, just because of management. But yeah,
but I think we know that Griffol's going to be gone.
Yeah.
He's going to be gone. You're a 27-win team. Like he's going to be gone by the end of the year.
Yeah.
At least that's my prediction.
At least that should happen.
Yeah,
that's what should happen.
Yeah, that's what should happen. All right, guys, that is it for episode 19 of this podcast. Obviously, you want to go check out the trades yourself. We want to see your reactions in the comments. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.